Alright, I'm going to teach you on how for you to read this information from the application. Okay, if you read the first questions, it doesn't matter much from the information, but you can get something from the word initially here. Initially, it means t equals to 0. If you read further, here it says here 80 gram. So that means, if you read, there's also n grams here. That means n equals to 80. So when t equals to 0, n equals to 80. Equals to. Okay, after 100 years, it means t equals to 100 and decays to 20 gram. And we say t equals to 100 and equals to 20. So that's information you can get. You can go further, expand n in terms of t. It just means that n equals to whatever and you have t over there. Right, if you go further, 1b, calculate amount of substance. That means we want substance. Substance is the n, right? We want to find n after 120 years. So when t equals to 120, when t equals to 120, we want to find what's the value of n. Okay, if you go further, question number 2, 2b, I'm sorry. You can go further, read down here. Determine the size of the population after 10 years. Size of the population over here is p. You can read further that p, I mean, there's going to be something else. Population size, p population popular size. So p is what you want to find. Determine the size of population. P is what you want to find after 10 years. So t equals to 10. Right? So for this question, you can read them. Rate of temperature change, given that, not much information. A bowl of soup. Okay, there's a 2t over here. One is big T, one is small t, and yes, there's an m here. It was written here, surrounding temperature m. So m is your surrounding temperature, and m is also a constant. Okay, because it was given the surrounding temperature. And you can also look here, there's a big T, there's a small t, m is not part of it, so m is a constant. K is also a constant. If you read further, a bowl of soup is removed. Okay, a bowl of soup is removed with temperature at 60. 60 here is a big T. You can read here, T is a temperature at time T. So big T is equals to 60. And at this moment, there's no the word initially, but you can understand the moment you take it out, the moment you take the bowl out. So the moment when the bowl is removed from an oven, the small t equals to 0, the time equals to 0. So when the time equals to 0, the soup is 60. If you read further, the second part, what is the temperature after 5 minutes? So small t is equals to 5 because it's written here after 5 minutes, and we want to find the temperature. The temperature will be the big T. This is what you're trying to find. The big T when t equals to 5. If k is 0.04, so they give you the value of k is 0.04. And if you read further, it says that the surrounding is 26.9. And what we know about surrounding is the surrounding temperature is not m. So for this question, m is 26.9. Okay? Let's try other questions. Okay, let's say m, the Q here. When I find, it says that K is constant, initial substance is 100 gram. So Q is amount. So initial substance, where we know about just now, the word initial will always means, and T equals to 0. Here substance, gram. So that's the amount. So Q equals to 100. So it's not that difficult. And you read further, 97 milligram, so that will be Q equals to 97 in 6 days. So T, small t, equals to 6. Right? The next part of the question is half-life of the substance. You will learn this half-life more in chemistry or physics? Physics, okay. You learn half-life more in physics. So half-life of the substance, it means when the substance is, the value of the substance become half. So you start the substance, initial amount is 100. So half-life, half of it. You start 100, so this is about 50. And we want to calculate the half-life. So that means you want to calculate the time. right? That's half-life. And you go further, the amount of radioactive substance, can determine the amount of radioactive substance after 30 days. So that means 30 days means T equals to 30. And we want to find the amount, so it will be Q. This is what we are trying to find. Okay, there's different questions. Question number 5 here. Certain radioactive material. Okay, viewers, you may want to pause the video first before you try it. You can try it by your own. These 2 questions, please try it by your own first before we continue. Pause the video. No. I'm saying to the video. Viewers, okay. We're going to continue recording. Okay, viewers, pause, and we're going to continue record. Okay, ready? So initial mass, what we know just now, when time equals to 0, mass of the is 50 gram, so R gram, you can read over here, milligram. So when T equals to 0 and R equals to 50, you can see so R and T, not much difference. Pause the video for a moment. Alright, so let's go further. And after 2 hours, here, it means what? It means T equals to 2. The material has decayed by 10% of initial mass. Okay, at this moment here I got multiple answers from students. So what should we R be? Some say R is 10, some say R is 90 over 100 or 10 over 100. But you need to understand, R means the milligram. So you want to know the current milligram. It says here it decayed by 10%. So the substance has reduced by 10%. So 10% of 50 gram, 5. So should it be 5 here? No, it reduced by 5. But R is the amount of substance you have there. So R is 45. I need to understand that. The amount of substance of you have there. So it reduced by 10%, so 50 gram become 45. That's what you read from there. Express mass in terms of T, so that means you want to get M equals to whatever T. And find the mass of the material after 2 hours. You want to find the mass, so it will be R. That's what you want to find. After 4 hours, so that means your T equals to 4. Determine the time as decayed. Determine the time, so you want to find the time when the material has decayed half of its initial size. So R will be what? Initial half of it. Half of it is 50, 25. Okay. Next part, sodium hydroxides, NaOH. I'm not sure why it's not called natrium because Na. That's you can read in history. You read further, doesn't matter much. There's many information there. Before the reaction starts, so that means T equals to 0. No NaCl is formed, so it has no sodium chloride. So what is it going to be? I think it's going to be X gram. So when T equals to 0, X equals also equal to 0. Y equals to 0 because it's nothing has been formed yet. Right, you read further down, particular solution. If 35 grams of salt has formed in the first 30 minutes, 35 grams, salt is gram, okay, so gram here, X is gram, so X equals to 35, and time will always be, most of the time, T equals to 35, 30, time will always be T. And find the mass of sodium chloride, salt, find this one, so it will be X is what we're trying to find in 60 minutes, T equals to 60. So time taken, we want to find the time taken. That's what we want to find. To form 40 grams, so X equals to 40. Okay, that's all. I'll include this question paper in the link with the answers soon for you, and you can look at the description. Alright, so hopefully you understand how to find the information from application. It's not that difficult once you go through all of these 6 questions. It's not that mystery. Most of the time application is about finding information from there and be able to separate or finding IF. Yes, from here you can see most of the question of it is in separable rather than IF, but it's not. So IF may comes up. That's all. Please comment, share, like and subscribe, and hopefully they find this video useful. Thank you. Bye.